Welcome to the World List, because every number tells a story.
In 1970, the world of technology was ruled by one empire, IBM. Its mainframes dominated governments, corporations, and finance. So powerful, in fact, that the United States government filed an antitrust lawsuit. The age of the giants had begun. 1971 brought a revolution small enough to fit on a fingertip. Intel unveiled the 4004 microprocessor, the first computer brain on a single chip. It was the spark that would ignite the personal computing era. By 1975, in a modest garage, two young programmers found inspiration in the Altair 8800. Bill Gates and Paul Allen believed the future wasn't in machines, but in the software that powered them. So they created Microsoft. And their bet would pay off in ways the world could hardly imagine. 1 year later, in 1976, another vision took shape. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak launched Apple, dreaming of placing computers in people's homes. They believed technology should be personal, creative, and accessible. The 1980s marked a turning point. Personal computers began replacing massive mainframes. A historic deal gave Microsoft's MS-DOS to IBM. Together with Intel, it forged the Wintel Alliance and reshaped the entire industry. But not everyone followed the same rules. In 1984, Apple launched the Macintosh. With a graphical interface and a mouse, it challenged the gray monotony of the PC world. Its iconic 1984 Super Bowl commercial symbolized a creative rebellion. Yet the victory was short-lived. In 1985, after internal conflicts, Steve Jobs was forced out of the company he founded. Apple entered a long decline, while Microsoft soared to new heights.
The 1990s opened a brand new frontier, the Internet. Suddenly, the world was connected by browsers. Microsoft leveraged its dominance with Windows to extend control online. But in 1991, a young Finnish student, Linus Torvalds, released Linux. Open source was born, free software built by communities. It stood as a counterforce against corporate monopolies. By 1995, the browser wars began. Netscape's IPO signaled the Internet boom. Microsoft retaliated, bundling Internet Explorer into every PC, a bold move that crushed its rival. Then in 1997, an online bookstore called Amazon went public. Many doubted it would ever make money, but Jeff Bezos had bigger plans. Amazon wasn't just selling books, it was laying the foundation for global e-commerce. The year 2000 brought chaos. The dot-com bubble burst. Billions vanished, and optimism turned to panic. But from the wreckage, a new era emerged: mobility. Technology was shifting from desktop to pocket. Apple, thought to be finished, roared back in 2001 with the iPod. 1,000 songs in your pocket. It saved the company and prepared the ground for something even greater. Meanwhile, Google rose fast. Founded only years earlier, it turned search into a goldmine. By 2004, Google's IPO crowned it the king of online advertising.
In 2006, Google acquired YouTube for $1.65 billion. At the time, critics laughed. Today, it's one of the smartest bets in tech history. And then came 2007. On a San Francisco stage, Steve Jobs held up a device that merged phone, music player, and browser. The iPhone. Not just a gadget, but the birth of a trillion-dollar mobile industry.
The 2010s saw empires consolidate. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google formed the FAANG bloc. Data and cloud computing became the ultimate weapons. Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion, proving that in tech, you buy or you're swallowed. In 2014, Microsoft reinvented itself under Satya Nadella. Shifting from Windows to the cloud, Azure restored the company's power and set it back on the path to the top. 2 years later, in 2016, the world was stunned. Google's DeepMind created AlphaGo, an AI that defeated the world champion of the ancient game Go. A feat long thought impossible became reality. By 2018, a new battlefield emerged: privacy. Europe introduced the GDPR, strict laws protecting personal data. For big tech, it was a wake-up call. The age of move fast and break things was coming to an end.
Then, in 2020, the pandemic struck. The world went digital almost overnight. Artificial intelligence became the new gold rush. Every tech giant scrambled to join the race. In 2022, a shockwave hit the industry. OpenAI launched ChatGPT. It went viral, capturing global attention and placing AI at the center of the tech wars. And by 2023, one truth was undeniable. AI supremacy depended not just on software, but on hardware. The most advanced chips powering the future of AI came from one company, Nvidia. In just a few years, Nvidia rose to the throne, becoming the most valuable company on Earth. From IBM's dominance in 1970 to Nvidia's $4 trillion crown in 2025. 50 years of wars, revolutions, and reinventions. The giants made change, but the battle never ends.